Check. Check. This is a microphone. Check. 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 And this thing's picking up everything. Check. 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 How about now? Check. Okay. How about now? Check. Check. Okay. How about now? Check. Check 1 2. Check. Okay. How about now? Check. Check 1 2. Check. Check. Check 1 2. Check. Okay. Improving the microphone quality, some compression, some noise suppression. Hopefully this goes well. Also, it's coming in as mono instead of stereo, so you should hear it in both of the ears instead of the one ear. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah. Also, just there we go. Okay. So I thought today I would concentrate on the B section of How You Met Miss Jones. So the key of How You Met Miss Jones starts off in F, and then let's see, 8, 16, believed by bar 17. The preceding bar, actually, let's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so the A section repeats, but we won't consider that extra numbers. So if we take a look, I'm going to take a screenshot here. All right, there we go. Okay, so here we have How You Met Miss Jones. Let's use an obvious color here. Okay. So this is bar 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's call this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So bar 11, the B section starts, and 12, 13, 14, call this 15, 16, 17, 18, and then by bar 19 we're back into the A section. So we'll do put some markers here, A, and this will be B. Okay. So the first thing to point out here is that we're going to the 4 according to F major, right? We start in F major, so B flat is the 4. So, and we 2-5 to the 4. This is 2-5 of 4, right? C minor 7 is the 2 of B flat. Now, take a look at this difference, right? The 5 of F major is C7, so we're going from having heard a C7 chord a couple different times to now hearing a C minor 7. So there's a 1-note difference, and the E is flatted. But that E flat is all the difference. It's not in the key anywhere in F major, so it should sound like you're going somewhere to your ear. So we 2-5 to B flat. Now let's just take a quick look. Here, 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 and then back to G flat. These are a major third apart. Right? B flat to G flat, that's a major third. G flat to D minor, D. Another name for G flat is F sharp. F sharp is the major 3 of D, and then we go back to G. So this is what you would call the Coltrane changes, right? When you're moving from one key to the next in major thirds, right? That's my understanding of the Coltrane changes. And furthermore, you use a 2-5, or maybe just a 5, but in this case we're going to use a 2-5 to get us that major third away. So take a look at this right here. Oops. If I can draw tonight. So this is a 2-5 of G flat major. This A flat minor 7, D flat dominant does not fit into B flat major 7. Not gonna happen. These notes are a function of the G flat. So we 2-5 into a key that's a major third away, and then the same thing happens here. E minor 7 and A dominant is the 2 and the 5 of D major. E minor 7 does not exist in G flat, and neither does A dominant. Not gonna happen. Interestingly enough, this is a half step away from this, and this is a half step away from that. But yeah, we're 2-5ing to a key that is a major third away from where we're coming from, and then back to the same thing. This is the same thing as this, just 2-5 to a key a major third away. That's probably all I know about the Coltrane changes. My understanding is that this tune, Have You Met Miss Jones, is an introductory tune to the Coltrane changes. So yeah, that was the big revelation that John Coltrane had in the Giant Steps, from the Giant Steps album, I guess. So we go to from F, right? From F, we go to the 4. Okay, and we 2-5 to the 4, and then we're gonna 2-5 a major third away, and then we're gonna 2-5 a major third away, and then we're gonna 2-5 a major third away, and then let's take a look. So getting to the 4, we can say that we have 3 measures, of B flat, right? So that's a lot of time to, play your vocabulary. But once after we get to the 4, we only have 2 measures of one key, right? This 2-5 is technically in the G flat major key. You can play G flat major over that, although it might not sound hip, but it'll work. So yeah, you got 2 measures of one key. You got another 2 measures of the next key, right? Another 2 measures of G flat, but still just 2 measures. And then we 2-5 back to our original key, F major. So we don't have a lot of time, and this is kind of what I was talking about in the last stream, is that the vocabulary that I was working on, it requires time. And so what do? I mean, I could increase the subdivision. I could play this at 16th notes, right, to get all my notes in. So I was kind of at a fork in the road. And so I listened to some recordings, Keith Jarrett, and listened to Joe Pass, a couple other saxophone, Chet Baker. I listened to Chet Baker. They're all playing Have You Met Miss Jones? And it's kind of my takeaway was that some players leave a lot of open space. Right, to play some choice notes, and then once they get back to the A section, there's more note density, right? More notes happening on the page. And then there's some, like, I think what Chet Baker, he in the recording that I heard, he was playing, kind of blowing through these changes. So, thinking to myself, I have a tendency to overplay, so this might be a good opportunity for me to have some more space, which will make my solo something like the A section, a lot of notes, the first 2 repeats, the B section, fewer notes, and then back to a lot of notes when the A section comes back. But you gotta start somewhere. Right, you got to get some notes on the fucking page. Some notes on the page before you can start editing. So, and who knows, that's more of a choice of where I'm at versus a choice of what I want to impose on the music or what the music calls for, let's say. And of course, if you play with other musicians, you know, the music, what the music calls for could very well change. So ultimately, I think you want to get to a point of freedom. But right now, I have to be a little bit more set in stone as I discover. So, okay. Excuse me. So I came up with what I thought would be 2 approaches. So let's see, where are we here? So approach 1. No, it's pretty heavy. Approach 1. B. Play. No, not play. Isolate 1 string through the changes. Let's say maybe 1 or 2 strings. One or 2 strings. through the changes, right? So on the 6-string guitar, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 places you can play this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 places. If I'm doing it with 2 strings, if I'm doing it with 6 strings, it'll be 6 places. And the idea is stick within the position. So like here, stay within chosen position. So I am many days deep into playing what we're starting in F major in this tune. So I'm starting with in 5th position, the 5th neck position, or you can call it the C position of on an F major scale if you're thinking of a caged system. So within that position, now we're going to be going through 3 different keys, so that position may change. So we'll say as best as possible, I guess. Right. And so one thing you might want to do, and I kind of already mapped this out, but it's like, okay, start in your position, think of next key as B flat. Okay, where's the nearest B flat position? And then do the same thing with G flat, and then do the same thing with D. And what I find is I end up just moving a half step away to the nearest position, and these are all caged system scales that I'm using. So I think when I go to B flat, I can still stay in the same position. And then when I go to G flat, I just slide a half step up. When I go to D, I slide another half step up. G flat, slide a half step back, and then I'm back to F. That's kind of the way this works out for me. And really the decision here, like a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to make this decision. Right? Really, it's just I want to get some ink on the paper, so let me find the least possible change that I can make. And after you've played your cage positions for a while, it gets easier. So approach 1 is 1 to 2 strings throughout the changes, and then approach 2 would be to sequence. All right. So if I play, let's say 1, 2, 3, 5, okay, play 1, 2, 3, 5 in the next key, and then 1, 2, 3, 5 in the next key, and then 1, 2, 3, 5 in the next key. So the way that I see sequences playing out is I forget what the classical terminology. I think there's like real and serial or something like that. Forget that nomenclature. I'm just gonna say we're gonna say stay diatonic to the changes. So if I play 1, 2, 3, 5 over my B flat, then I'm gonna play, so that'd be B flat, C, D, F. Then I would do that for G flat major. 1, 2, 3, 5 is G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, and then D, E, F sharp, A. Then back to G flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, and then do that going into maybe F major. So F, A, C. Sorry, F. G, A, C. So stay diatonic, and what I can already predict what's going to happen. I'm going to do a lot of moving, right? And so the way my brain works is like, okay, sequence, we'll call this sequence 1. Sequence 2, we'll say least minimal change. So if I'm in B flat and I play 1, 2, 3, 5, that's B flat, C, D, F, and then I go to G flat, I can play B flat again, but then I have to play B flat, C flat, D flat, and then F, right? Because I'm trying to stay within the same spot, but respecting the new key, which is G flat, right? And then when I get to D, I would do maybe B flat, so maybe B, A, C sharp, F sharp, and then I can go back to G flat because I already played that. So well, that was B flat, A flat, no, B flat, C flat, D flat, F, and then to an F, which would be B flat, A, C, F. And so as I'm doing that, the idea is like hopefully my ear hears something. Maybe it doesn't sound the greatest, but it's a launching off point. We're using logical approaches to get us into making music, right? That's kind of the main thing here. Is you want to make the music, right? So we'll see what happens. I tried a little bit of this earlier. I tried approach 1 a little bit earlier. It was messy, a lot of repetition needed. I haven't warmed up yet in a couple hours, so let's see where we go with this. Check. Let me just make sure. Yep, okay, those changes. Audio changes did. Yeah, just gotta add the audio output capture. I believe it's this one. There we go. Check. So like okay, approach 1. Come a little bit of my ear just working there. No. I'm gonna switch to strings 3 and 2. Okay, I got done. Add a little extra stuff in here and there. We go to 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Okay. So, a couple things that I'm finding out really quick here. You have to do a lot less. Right? There's just fewer notes. Right? You're severely limited, and so, and I haven't even thought about bringing in any kind of altered sounds here. That could open up the palette. But the next thing here is I'm hearing things and I'm adding a little bit more. Sometimes I'm going to different strings, which is good, right? Like it's kind of what we want, right? Limit yourself to expand your creativity. Oh, the other thing is I'm kind of breaking out of the scale position, right? So I say I'm in. When I'm in 5th position or C of the cage system on an F major. But because I'm limiting myself to 2 strings, I'm thinking of where I'm at in the scale as the key changes. And then I just know, like, okay, I'm on the 3, so the 4 is a half step, or I'm on the 4, so the 5 is a whole step. And so kind of expanding, which is a good thing. Not something I thought would have happened. All right, let me keep going down these string sets. had to. Let's go for 4 and 5. Go to 5 and 6. Yeah, still pulling out notes from other strings. I can't help myself. But interestingly enough, I'm seeing, instead of seeing the whole scale pattern in my head vertically, right? This is vertical, this is horizontal. Instead of seeing the whole thing, all 6 strings, I'm seeing smaller fragments. And because I'm really in there, I'm like in the changes, right? And because I'm sticking to 1 string or 2 strings, like this sequence, like there's slight changes in between 1 key change to the next. And so I think what's happened is just this really smoother voice leading than if I had just looked at all 6 strings and as a scale position. Interesting. I didn't think I didn't think I would be this fluid starting off. And that's a self-contained statement, right? I'm not saying I'm fluid. Just this fluid. Surprising. Definitely not something I would say had a sexy appeal coming into it. I just had to, get some ink on the page like I've been saying. But, hey, doing stuff I wouldn't have done. Alright, let's try approach 2. So, let's just say I'm gonna take, I said 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so we start off, the loop starts off on a D minor chord. And I'm just gonna pick the Alright, let's see what happens. There's different octaves I could play that in. Really sparse. I'm trying doing it backwards. Okay, maybe not backwards, might be a little too much. Not exactly what I want it to be. Okay. Let me try this idea, least minimal change. Maybe this idea would work better if the changes were going through faster, but these are pretty slow. This loop is pretty slow. So, quite honestly, I'm kind of stuck. I don't feel like I'm coming out with anything worthwhile here. So, least minimal change. Let's try the next one. Got a little iffier on the top. Let's try that again. Okay. What if I do? I got an idea. Okay, so what's that? That right there. Okay. Something I heard. I'm gonna chase it. So I've always heard in my ear on the 2-5 going to B flat. I've always heard but did that, right? So this rhythmic idea. But maybe we'll do this, right? We'll put a little accent on it. And I've always heard it on the 3 of the C. So starting on E flat, actually this would be a leading tone. So D, E flat, right? So what is this? Mess around with it a couple times, see if I can capture it again. Okay, a couple more times. I hear something. Not quite it. Okay. So I'm doing what? Doing 3, 5, 7. 3, 4, 5. Can we do like a little minor pentatonic? Alright, so let's just try it. Man, this is not where I thought I was gonna go. We'll call this. And then here I'm thinking like in blues, right? So this is. We'll call this 3. This is 1 to a 6. I don't know. Don't know where this is going. Let's follow it. get some blues, some sequence blues. Nah. Well, last thing for tonight. Try and tie it all together. There it is.